So now let's talk about how to grow your skills as a mediator. So growing your skills as a mediator is very important. As I mentioned earlier, you're not going to become a great mediator overnight. You're not going to become a great mediator just by doing introductory training to how to be a mediator. You need to be thinking about how to grow your skills over time and what are the different methods that you're going to use to be able to do that. As with most things, being a mediator is a journey. It is not a destination. Growth does not happen by chance. Rather, it happens by purposeful and intentional behavior. Thomas Edison said, "Vision without execution is hallucination." Leonardo da Vinci said, "People of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things." So I want you to think about your strategy, how you are going to improve your skills as a mediator. Here are some ideas. Think about the type of mediation practice that attracts you, the areas of law, the types of conflict that interest you, and see if there's a good fit for you for those types of cases. Also meet with some practicing mediators to understand how they built a successful mediation practice. What were the things that they focused in on in developing their business, in attracting clients, and how did they develop their skills? What are the types of things that they did in order to grow in that way as a mediator? Also ask them about the mediation culture in your particular jurisdiction. How did they network? And how did they get their first clients? By meeting with some mediators and having these discussions, you might even find a mentor or two moving forward. Be a continuous learner. Attend workshops and seminars and conferences. Absorb all of the information that you can get by going to these conferences and learning new things, learning new techniques, learning about updates in the law, learning about the psychology of people and how that plays out in a mediation session. From these experts, you will learn new techniques and new ideas. Also read books about the mediation process and mediation skills and techniques. By doing these things, by being a continuous learner, you will just continue to build your credibility as a mediator, which leads to more effective mediations, more mediation clients, and that's the goal. Join professional networking groups, professional organizations for mediators so that you're able to network with them and learn from them. Be willing to embrace flexibility. As a mediator, we have an idea of how maybe the mediation should go, but we have to be flexible based on what is being presented to us in the mediation. How are we going to pivot and change in order to respond effectively to whatever is being presented to us, the way the people are acting, the reason for the conflict, maybe proposals that are being shared that we didn't expect. So being flexible is very important in the work as a mediator when faced with those types of situations. Mediation can be more of an art than a science, and so you have to be able to adapt your approach based on what you are dealing with. Now, after you have had some time doing some mediations and you're getting comfortable in your chosen area of where you want to work as a mediator, think about observing other types of mediations, other mediators, in order to expand your understanding and even to expand your interest, because maybe there's some opportunities to grow your mediation practice into those areas of law. So think about going and learning about other types of mediation that are outside of your area of experience in order to learn more, in order to maybe grow your practice. Consider engaging in reflective practice. And what I mean by that is an organized method or process of learning from things that you actually experienced in a mediation. So it's giving a reflective look at what occurred and what worked effectively, what did not work effectively, and how you might modify the way you would handle something in the future based on what happened in the past. And this is a reflective practice is a method that is done in a group setting, and there are certain guidelines for how this type of discussion would go for you to be able to benefit from looking back at an actual mediation. This process of feedback allows you to modify your techniques, improve your skills, think about something a different way. So when you are faced with a similar type of situation in the future, you have put thought into how can I do this better next time? Success is where preparation and opportunity meet. So there are plenty of opportunities out there to mediate. You need to be prepared in order to be able to meet those opportunities when they present themselves. So I thank you for your time listening to me about these 5 ways to become an effective mediator. To review, we're talking about understanding what the role is of the mediator, having the essential skills that every mediator should have, understanding the power and the purpose of neutrality, keeping in mind legal and ethical considerations as a mediator, and understanding how can you grow personally as a mediator to improve your skills, to improve your techniques, and to grow your practice. I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you found this informative. Again, I am Keith Grossman. I'm a mediator, I'm an attorney, and I'm an educator at law.